Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick-a pile for you guys today, and today we are asking, what is the New Year's message that you need to hear? So yeah, it is officially 2021, as you guys know. We are a couple of days into it, so Happy New Year, number one. But basically in this question, we are looking at what messages it is that you need to hear in order to live your best 2021 yet. So it can be successful and productive and full of joy and laughter and fun and, just really good all the way around. And I feel like we all definitely need a little bit of that, because chances are most likely your 2020 was probably pretty challenging like the rest of us. But we're going to see if 2021 gets any better here. And this is basically just going to be tips and suggestions on how you can make that happen. Because, there are, of course, the circumstances happening out there in the world around us, but how we react and how our mind frame is and those kinds of things plays a big factor in this too. So we're going to really just dive in to see what it is you need to know in order to make this the best year ever. So these are your New Year messages. So yes, Happy New Year. And I wanted to actually get this up a lot sooner. I wanted to get it up at New Year's Eve, but that just didn't wind up happening. I had some personal things I had to deal with, which wasn't very fun, and I myself just wasn't in the best mind frame, so I didn't want to hop on here and get the cards out and do a pick-a-pile when I myself wasn't in the best energy, and I want to, bring myself as best as I can to you guys to help you guys. So that's why I took a couple of days off there, and I was like, I'll still get the message up. It's still going to be fresh. It's still going to be new. It's still the new year. This will still work, even if it's a couple of days into the new year. But yeah, so that's why I haven't gotten to it until now. And I'm still figuring out this whole going live thing too, you guys. I'm still taking a break from TikTok and Instagram for a little while in terms of doing lives after my little trial run through December of doing that. And I am going to be doing lives here 100% for sure in January, in the new year. I just have to kind of sit down and figure out a schedule for it. I need to figure out what days and what times are going to be good for me and you guys too. If there's a particular time or day that works well for you, let me know in the comments below, because I also want to be accommodating to you guys too. And yeah, so I really want to figure out a schedule for that. And I also need to figure out a way to not be burned out doing the lives either, because, the past couple of times, I've been on for 5 hours doing free readings. Every single one was free. I did not get a single donation on my PayPal or my Venmo for any of these. So, and I truthfully can't keep doing that. I'm going to have to start charging something. It'll be a low rate, I promise, but I'm realistically going to have to start charging something during the lives. And I know I'm not monetized here yet on YouTube, so we can't do it in forms of super chats. But I am going to figure out something. And if you guys, really want to come in and really want to, participate in everything, $3, $5, whatever here and there shouldn't be a major bank breaker, basically. But I am going to have to start doing that. And I'm going to figure out a plan with all those things, schedule-wise, donations-wise, all this other stuff. I'm going to figure it out hopefully in the next few days here, and I will keep you guys posted on that, so you guys are up to date on what's happening with the lives as well. But that's kind of what's going on, and I just wanted to keep you guys updated. So I have not forgotten about the lives. Actually, I technically should be going live tonight, but I'm still kind of recovering from some things from the past couple of days, so I'm not quite there yet. But I will be, and when I am, we will have a fun shindig of fun doing these lives. Anyways, enough of my jibber jabber and introduction here on what's happening with the lives. But anyways, yes, Happy New Year. First, pick a pile of the new year, obviously. And let's get into what your pile options are and jump into this. So pile number 1 is one of Cinderella's mice, actually. We're still going with Christmas ornaments here because the Christmas stuff is not down yet. But one of Cinderella's little mice friends from the Disney movie Cinderella. So we have that Christmas ornament. Oop, he almost fell down. Pile number 2 is Lady and the Tramp from, the Disney movie, Lady and the Tramp, obviously. My mom used to have a Cocker Spaniel, and she just loves Cocker Spaniels, and Lady and the Tramp is her favorite Disney movie. So my voice keeps wanting to go. I don't know why, but excuse me. I'm going to have a little sip here of my shake. Okay, anyway, that's better. So Lady and the Tramp are pile 2. Pile 3 is this little Christmas rocking horse. It's not an ornament, but it's just a cute little Christmas decorative kind of thing. So the rocking horse is pile 3. Pile 4 here. My voice still wants to go. It's like, I'm leaving 2021, voice. Speaking of your voice leaving, we have pile 4, which is Ariel, and clearly her voice leaves her in The Little Mermaid. Maybe I'm turning into Ariel or something right now, but which she is actually my favorite Disney princess, my favorite Disney movie. So we have Ariel for pile number 4 from The Little Mermaid. And pile number 5, we have just a plain white reindeer. Once again, he's not a ornament, but he's just a cute little decorative holiday Christmas item. So the white reindeer is pile 5. So those are your 5 piles. Pick the one that resonates with you the most, of course, and we're going to get started here with pile number 1, one of Cinderella's little mice. Timestamps are down below. Hi, pile 1. If you chose one of Cinderella's little mice here, one of her little mice pals, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your New Year's message is. What is it you need to know in order to make 2021 the best 2021 yet? All right, so the first card we're going to start off with here is your Good Karma card. So basically, your Good Karma card is a card that is pretty much what it says. It's good karma. It's usually like a good deed or a random act of kindness, something like that you can do for your fellow human being, for your fellow person. And, we all have a lot of like nasty and negative karma to kind of clear out in our lives. So this might be a good way to help clear some of that out and create good karma. And Shadow, you have just crossed the line. He knows he's not supposed to be on this side of the line when I do readings, but here he is anyways, showing off his booty. So don't mind him. He's like, I want to get in on this reading too, apparently. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, your Good Karma card says, call a friend who you haven't spoken to in years. Okay, so 2021 may be a year to reconnect with people from the past. And, I don't mean toxic, negative people who brought you nothing but heartache and hell and pain and torture, but, just someone you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe it's an old classmate from school, or maybe someone you used to work with or something like that. But I'm sure there's probably somebody out there where it's like things did not end on bad terms or anything like that, but you guys just haven't talked in a long time. Maybe this is someone that you've had on your mind for a while, and you've kind of been like, gee, I wonder how so-and-so is doing. I wonder, what's been going on with them, if their life is going well. Well, it's time to stop wondering, and it's time to actually like pick up the phone and do something about it, or text them, or reach out to them on social media, whatever that looks like. But it may be a good time this year to get into doing something like that and reconnecting with people, because you know what? Life is short. Life is short anyways, and we're only here for a very limited amount of time. So, if there are people in your life that you care about that you haven't talked to in a long time, let them know. Let them know how you feel. If there's anything that we've learned through 2020 with all the great losses and everything, it's that, these things should be said. And if you need to reconnect with somebody, reconnect. Okay. Anyway, moving on. We have your Crystal Unicorn Tarot here, and you guys have the Lovers, the Hanged Unicorn, the Devil, the Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. Okay. All right, you guys. So here's what I kind of see going on for you guys dealing with 2021 and just some stuff to be on the lookout for, just to be aware of. So right off the bat, we have the Devil, and the Devil is usually, it can be very toxic, negative energy. It can be addictions. It can be unhealthy stuff in general. It can be an unhealthy relationship. It can be an unhealthy mindset. It's just not good stuff. It can be temptation. It can be falling into temptation in things that we know we shouldn't fall into temptation with, basically. Hold on one second, sorry. Okay, pile one, sorry about that. I'm back now, and Shadow is still hanging out on this side of the line that I have set up here, even though he's not supposed to be, but my mom was coming inside with her and her dog, so, we had to say our piece about it and everything. So that's what that was all about. But getting back to you guys and your reading. So I was saying here with the Devil that the Devil is, like I said, it's kind of a negative, toxic kind of energy. It can be toxic mindsets, behaviors, attitudes, a mental stronghold that's not healthy. It can be unhealthy relationships. It can be addictions. It can be temptations. It can be a lot of things, but the overall consensus here is ick, basically. It's kind of an icky kind of vibe, a low vibe, negative vibe kind of thing. So with this card popping up in your reading, you guys, I feel like this is basically saying not to fall into this place, pretty much. Not to fall into temptation, not to fall into the temptation of being negative and being down and having mental strongholds that are not healthy. It's kind of like breaking those negative cycles, basically. So anything that's toxic, you guys need to not fall into in 2021, whether it's a relationship or, something else. So I feel like that's kind of like a huge warning here for you guys that is going to help you to live your best life in 2021. And to back that up, we have the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords can be all about like conflict and deception and betrayal and just kind of like sneaky, not so good behavior, which really kind of aligns here with this Devil energy. So you want to avoid this is what it comes down to. So if somebody is around you who's kind of being conniving and sneaky and, they don't have your best interest at heart, this could be a friend, this could be a family member, this could be a love situation, but whatever it may be, I feel like it's basically really telling you guys that, this is a situation that Shadow, enough of the barking during readings. Anyways, but I feel like this is really telling you that this is a situation that you really need to not allow into your life. Maybe in 2020 or even before 2020, you allowed this kind of behavior to take place. You know, you allowed people to maybe take advantage of you, is pretty much the point. You may have allowed people to take advantage of you with their sneaky, deceptive behavior. You may have allowed people to just kind of like lie to you and get away with it, kind of a thing. You may have, even lied to yourself maybe to a certain point about certain things. And on top of that, you may have been just like very negative and very down on yourself and had some negative thoughts and mindsets that you need to break loose, that there may be a lot of negative thinking that needs to be left behind pretty much in 2020. Leave the negative where the negative belongs, which is 2020. So that's number one. And I feel like the best way for you guys to do that is to get into this hanged unicorn position. Now, the hanged unicorn is all about changing your perspective, basically. It's not really a card that's huge on a lot of action, but what it does do is it's a time of reflection, it's a time of going within, it's a time of spending a lot of time in prayer, in meditation, and those kinds of things. And I really kind of look at it as like being a butterfly, pretty much. It's like you're in a cocoon hanging upside down, kind of like this. You're in a cocoon basically, and you start off as that caterpillar. You start off as that caterpillar that may be coming from the icky places here with this devil energy of toxicity and, deception and lies and that kind of stuff, negative mental strongholds and those kinds of things. So you may start off the year kind of in like this wormy, caterpillary kind of position, but as you spend that time in prayer, as you spend that time in meditation, as you spend that time going within, you start to change. There's a change that starts to begin within, and before you know it, you're transforming and your mindsets are changing and you're no longer holding onto negative thoughts. Your negative thoughts start turning into positive thoughts, and you stop tolerating people who treat you badly or who lie to you or any of those kinds of things. You stop lying to yourself. Like, it's a whole new perspective shift. And then by the time you're done doing all of that and you're ready to come out of this cocoon of growth, basically, of growing within, you emerge out of your cocoon, and what do you become? Nothing other but a beautiful, gorgeous butterfly. So, I feel like that's going to be a huge transformation that's going to be happening for you guys this year, and it's something that's really going to help you out a lot to come out of, some negative stuff and step into something positive. And I believe that when you come out of that cocoon and you emerge as the butterfly, you're going to basically emerge as the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is someone who's very charismatic. She's very outgoing. She's sexy. She's confident. She has it all going on. She's kind of like the life of the party. Everybody wants to hang out with her. Everyone wants to be her best friend. She's kind of like, she's the it girl is the best way I want to describe it. It's like she would be the one that the paparazzi would chase down or whatever. She would be like the Britney, the Paris, the Kim Kardashian, that kind of thing. So she's like the it girl. And you're going to find yourself turning into, that it girl or it boy, whatever you want to put it as. But you are definitely going to find yourself in this very confident and charismatic position coming out of that butterfly. And you're going to feel confident and you're going to feel strong based out of all that work that you've done while you were in that cocoon, basically. And when you find yourself in that amazing magnetic kind of strength, you guys are going to find yourself in a partnership. Now, take this as it resonates, because it could be many different things to many different people, but the Lovers is typically about a partnership. This could be a romantic partnership. It could be you and another person coming together. So, take it as it resonates. It could be like you and your person of interest. Even if you don't have a person of interest, it could be like you and new love finding you and finding your way to your life in 2021. If love isn't something that's on the radar for you, it could be in business. There could be like a business partnership that's going to be coming your way. Someone who's going to want to work with you and help you in growing your business and growing, your dreams and your passions and your desires and that kind of thing. So I feel like there's going to be a partnership headed your way coming out of this transformation that's going to happen for you guys in 2021. And also, the really cool thing about the lovers, when I look at this card, is, you have the 2 unicorns here, which, might be like the divine feminine, the divine masculine, or whatever. Take it as it resonates. But then we have this big unicorn here kind of sitting up there in the clouds. And I always see that unicorn basically as being God. So it's kind of like, husband, wife, God kind of a thing. I see it kind of as like the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So, take it as it resonates, obviously, but I definitely feel that there is going to be a very sacred, a very helpful type of connection that is going to be coming your way in 2021. But this connection, whatever it may be, whether it's in love or business or friendship or however it is this looks, this isn't going to be able to come your way, though, until you step into that Queen of Wands. And I feel like the only way you guys are going to find that confidence of the Queen of Wands is by going through this transformation process, because you guys first need to get rid of kind of this nasty stuff first. So if you get rid of, that negative stuff that's been holding you back, negative things have probably been holding you back in 2020, then you guys are going to find yourself having a lot of success in 2021. And it's also about, like I said, you guys, going within, doing the work, spending time in prayer, meditating, and those kinds of things in order to get there. Okay, let's have a look at your Moonology cards, and we'll see what they say, what it is you guys need to know in order to make it the best of the best for 2021 this year. And we have what I just tell you guys. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. I love it when this happens. I love it when, cards from another deck basically totally back up stuff I just said from a whole other deck. But yes, I was literally just telling you guys, between the Devil and the Seven of Swords, you guys need to release some negative shit. So release that negative crap. Release it right now at the start of 2021. It's not going to serve you. It's not going to make anything better or easier in 2021. So you want to get rid of that, remove it, step out of it, so you guys can step into the better stuff, obviously, during 2021. We have the energy is gaining momentum. So with this card, and that's Waxing Moon. So with this card, I feel like it's basically saying whatever energy you choose is what it is that's going to be powered, that what it is that's going to be fueled. So if you guys continue down a destructive route of negative thought patterns and, allowing toxic behaviors and toxic attitudes and that kind of thing, you're going to get more of that. That's going to gain more momentum for you in 2021, and I'm sure you don't want to see that. However, if you flip that switch and you start switching it to something more positive, better for you, that's a good vibe and everything, you're going to see more of the negative things drop off and fall to the wayside, and you're going to see more good things come along and more positive things come along. So, the choice is yours, whatever it is that energy is going to be. And we have don't let your past hold you back, South Node. So I feel like a lot of that devil energy, a lot of the negative thinking, a lot of the toxic mindsets and behaviors and attitudes and that kind of thing, I feel like a lot of that stuff probably extends from your past. And I don't feel it's just from 2020, the past, but it could be junk that you've been dealing with for years and years and years. It could be stuff you've been dealing with all your life. It could be stuff going all the way back to childhood. So that's why I'm saying this work that you guys may need to do in 2021 may not necessarily be easy, but it will definitely be worth it. So don't let your past hold you back. Instead, choose for the option to be transformed by it. So start to write a new story for yourself, basically. Don't be defined from what the past story is. Start writing a new and a better one. So yeah, finally, you guys, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. John 10:11. So this card is basically just a good reminder that no matter what happens through life's ups and downs, God is always there for you. He is always there with you. You know, if you were like one of his sheep, you know, he would be looking out for you. You know, it's like if one of his sheep got lost and wandered off, he would go and find that sheep. You know, every single one matters. You matter. So, you know, he would give his life for you. He has given his life for you. So always remember that. God has your back, even through the hard times, even through the bad times, even through crappy years like 2020. He has your back. So that's always a good reminder to have. It's something to remind yourself of, especially when you go through times like this. In the hanged unicorn position, just kind of reflecting and praying and that kind of thing. But I really do feel like the overall big message for you guys here to live your best life in 2021 here is to drop the negativity, drop the toxicity, whether it's in terms of people or mindsets, behaviors, attitude, whatever it is. But it's really important for you guys to leave that behind, leave it in 2020. Allow the transformation process to take place so you guys can become this magnetic, charismatic, gorgeous creature that you truly are on the inside. And you do that, and the partnership of a lifetime may be headed your way this year. So, hopefully that resonated and made sense for you guys. I definitely hope it helps. And, yeah, if it did, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's just a simple small emoji, it still goes a long way. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That certainly helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And so you guys also know when I am going live, you'll be notified of that. And then you can jump in on the lives and, you know, ask questions and all that fun stuff. But yeah, otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys chose to hang out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Happy New Year once again. Keep sparkling, you guys. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose Lady and the Tramp here, then this is going to be your reading to find out what it is that you need to know for this new year in 2021 to make it the best year ever. So, you know, your New Year's message. And don't mind my dog Shadow because he decided to just plop his little butt down right here and wants to be a part of the party apparently. Even though I usually try to encourage him to be on the other line, basically, of where I do the readings, but he's going to do what he's going to do. So he's going to be here showing off his lovely little booty. Anyway, we're going to start things off here for you guys with a good karma card, because usually we carry around a lot of negative karma, a lot of not so good stuff, and this is just a fun and good way to maybe help clear some of that. And you know, a good karma card basically encourages you to do something kind for your fellow human being. It can be like a good deed, random act of kindness kind of thing. So let's see what you guys got. It may be a good thing to do in 2021. You guys have, wow, sign up to be an organ donor. That's pretty major. Well, maybe you already are an organ donor. I know that, when you get your driver's license, they ask you, for example, do you want to be an organ donor or not? So perhaps you already are one. But yeah, that's kind of a major thing to sign up and, decide to do if you haven't already done so, like on your driver's license or whatever. But yeah, that's what you guys got. And now we're going to dive into the Crystal Unicorn Tarot here. And we're going to see what's going on for you guys with 2021. Oh boy. So we have the Tower. We'll find out what that's all about in a minute. Don't get nervous. We still have a lot more to go through. The Page of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands. The Knight of Swords. And the Fool. Okay. So here's what I see going on with you guys heading into 2020 and what you need to know. Okay, so let's address the big fat elephant in the room here, number one with the Tower. And as I'm sure most of you guys know, the Tower is not always the most favorable card to pop up in a reading. It's usually an indicator of a huge upheaval, basically. That whatever it was that you had your tower basically built on, whatever that tower may be. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be all kinds of different stuff. But whatever it is that you had your foundation built upon is shaky. It's no longer a solid and stable foundation. And it is basically crumbling and coming down and getting destroyed and basically telling you it is time to build something new. And this happens at many different points in our lives with many different things. Like I said, it can be a relationship that falls apart. It can be a job. It could be a living situation. It could be a friendship. It could be a lot of different things. It could be a situation going on within your family. So take this as it resonates, but it seems like you guys have probably already been through this Tower moment already in 2020, or it's something that you may be going through right now. I don't feel like this is something that's going to be happening in the future. I feel like this is something that's probably already happened, or you're currently in the midst of this. So there's definitely a Tower moment happening. It doesn't always necessarily have to be a recipe for disaster either, though. It can also be kind of like epiphany moments and aha moments where we're just kind of like, now it all makes sense, like I get it now, like that light bulb just kind of goes off in your head. So, it's just like those big moments in your life where it's like, I get it, like things need to have a big turnaround. Like this could be, for example, someone's spiritual awakening or something like that. So it could be a lot of different things, but I feel like this is something that has already happened, or it's something that's currently happening in this moment. Now, coming out of this, I feel like you guys are probably the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is basically the wounded warrior. The wounded warrior is someone who has been through the ringer, pretty much. It's someone who has just kind of come out of that Tower moment where they've been through the battle, they've been through the war, they have, seen it all, done it all. It's like they have their battle wounds, they have their war stories, and, kind of like this unicorn right here, it even has like the little bandage on its head. Like you can tell it's been through some stuff. But even though this unicorn has been wounded and it's been through hell, it's still standing. It's not laying down. It's not just taking it. It's standing up. It's standing up on all four of its hooves, which means it's still there, it's, and sometimes just saying I'm still here is a testimony in itself. It may not seem like a lot, but when you've been through a lot of shit, just saying I'm still here is still very powerful in itself. And I feel like you're pretty much saying this right now. Like you're like, I'm still here. I've been through hell and back, but I'm still here. So, you've been through war. You've done the whole wounded warrior thing. You may be bleeding. You may be scarred, but you haven't given up. That's the thing. You haven't given up. There's still strength inside of you. There's still enough strength inside of you to stand back up. You know, you may not be able to run the race right now, but you can at least stand up and at least try to hobble, basically. So that's kind of where you guys are at right now, which may not seem like you're very strong. It may not seem like you're very powerful, but just the fact that you're choosing to get up, just the fact that you're choosing to say, hey, I'm still here, that's bigger than you guys could possibly know, because there are a lot of people that don't even do that much. So I feel like that's kind of where you guys are at right now. And I feel like the big reminder for you guys is to basically stay strong. Stay strong and don't give up. Don't give up in 2021. No matter what happens, don't give up. Because, number one, I feel like you guys are eventually going to go from just standing there. You're going to want to get back on your feet and start galloping and running, like the Knight of Swords here. And the Knight of Swords is all about pretty much running with a new idea. It's running with new thoughts. It's about delivering a truth as well, because, you know, swords represent a truth. It can represent our thoughts pretty much. So whatever it is that you guys have been thinking, whatever it is that's kind of been on your mind, you're just going to run with it. It's time to run with those thoughts. You know, like if you have ideas to build a business or something like that in 2021, if you have this idea to make a move, to move somewhere new, to start a new hobby or something like that, to help somebody, you know, that maybe you need to share your truth with a person in terms of a relationship or something, it's time to do those things. It's time to start running with those thoughts, basically. It's time to start running with your thoughts and expressing those truths and expressing what is on your mind. It's time to do that, coming out of that wounded warrior position. And doing that in itself may seem kind of scary considering where you guys have been, where you're coming out of, but it's time to be like the Fool, because the Fool just takes a leap of faith. You know, the Fool doesn't really think about consequences. It doesn't really look about what's going on around them. You know, even though they probably should look both ways before crossing the street, they really don't. They just cross the street anyways, and if they get hit by the car, they get hit by the car. If they don't, well, then they look out. But to a certain degree, you guys need to stop being so cautious about everything. And I feel like, you know, going through this tower moment and being a little bit wounded and hurt for a period of time may make you feel a little bit gun shy about moving forward and doing things. But you guys really do. You need to deliver these truths, deliver these thoughts that you guys have, because you have something valuable to share with the world or with another person. You guys have valuable things to offer. And I feel like the only way you guys are going to be able to do that is if you take that leap of faith. Just take that leap of faith, step out and find out. And even if you turn out to be wrong, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't, because God is going to basically correct your route. Like, think of it this way. It's like if you're driving in your car and you have Siri on with the directions and everything, and maybe you take a wrong street or something by accident, it's not a big deal, because what does Siri do? She reroutes you. She just reroutes the direction. Granted, you may have to take a little detour and go around a block that you hadn't thought that you were going to, but it's still not a big deal, because it may take like 2 more minutes of your time or something, but you're still going to get to your destination. You're still going to get to where you need to go. And it's no different in taking that leap of faith as the Fool. If you miss, if you wind up not hitting it on the mark, if you wind up screwing up, it's not the end of the world. You're just going to get rerouted, but you're still going to get to where you need to go. And I feel like when you guys do get to where you need to go, you're going to encounter a Page of Pentacles. And a Page of Pentacles is somebody who has a valuable offer for you. Now, this is something that is tangible. It's something that is of material. So if this is like a job situation, for example, someone's going to offer you like literally money. It could be a job, it could be a pay raise, a promotion, it could be a payment for you to do a specific type of service for them. But whatever it is, like there's definitely something tangible here in terms of like money that could be coming in for you. If this is like a career kind of thing, if it's in regards to like a relationship or something, it could be a tangible offer in terms of like, hey, let's go on a date, or hey, do you want to marry me, or something like that. But something very tangible, definitely something that is here and now of the physical world. So I feel like these offers are going to be coming in your way, and it's going to be happening for you guys if you take those leaps of faith, and if you express your truth and express your thoughts, don't hold back. So yeah, that's super important. Let's see what your Moonology cards have to say. All right, we have your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. So yeah, I think that's kind of funny, especially considering we have the Fool here, because the Fool is like nothing practical whatsoever. The Fool obviously just kind of, takes that leap of faith. And obviously we have the Knight of Swords here, who's just kind of running with their thoughts, running with their truth. So if anything, I feel like with this your dreams need a practical plan card in conjunction to those, it's just kind of a reminder that, yes, it's okay to take that leap of faith. It's okay to express your truth and to kind of run like the wind with it, but try not to do it so full-heartedly that there's zero plan whatsoever. So even if it's a small plan, even if it's just like 2 or 3 steps, that's okay. But try to make at least some kind of idea as to what you want to do. Try to at least keep it a little bit grounded, just so it's not, so far off the rails. But I think you guys are going to be okay. We also have conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. So, whatever it is that you have been struggling with, whatever it is that has been unknown for you guys, which I feel like is a lot of this tower stuff that you guys are coming out of, you guys are going to get the answers to that, Like, if you guys are concerned because you had a lot of things fall apart out of whatever that tower moment was, don't worry about it, because that new tower, that new foundation, it's going to be built, it's going to be solid, it's going to be stable, and you're going to get those conclusions, you're going to get those answers that you guys have been waiting for. So those are definitely coming, as I nearly dropped the card. And we also have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So for some of you guys, this isn't even about career stuff whatsoever. For some of you guys, this is definitely a relationship situation. It's definitely a love situation. So I feel like that's basically what this card is letting you guys know. If you guys are one of like the career people in this, where that this tower moment was something in your career or in your family or like a living situation or something like that, then just disregard this. But for those of you who needed the extra confirmation to know if this was about a love situation, then this is your confirmation to know, like, yes, this was about a love connection, a love relationship. So there you go. And Shadow, your butt is so close to these cards. Anyway, finally, from your Loving Words from Jesus card, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away, you guys got forgive and you shall be forgiven. Luke 6:36. So, this is a great thing to remind ourselves of. Doesn't matter what year it is. It doesn't matter if it's 2021 or 2001 or 2031. It doesn't matter. This is just a good reminder, no matter what, to always forgive people. You don't necessarily have to keep those people in your life, especially if they were toxic and abusive and not good for you and those kinds of things. By all means, let them go. But it's important to still forgive people, not because of them, not because it excuses their behavior or how they treated you or their wrongdoing. But the important thing is it frees you of the prison of holding on to the bitterness and resentment dealing with them. It's so you can have peace in your soul once again. So, always remember to forgive. When you forgive, it opens the door also for people to better forgive you because, we're not exactly all saints here. We make mistakes, every single one of us. And I'm sure that there are some people who are probably pretty mad at us too, that we need their forgiveness as well. So, what goes around comes around. So, forgiveness is always a good thing. It's not easy, it can be really hard, but it is definitely imperative to a very healthy and whole spiritual life, and just like a good life in general with relationships and with people. So, yeah, that's kind of what I see going on for you guys for what you need to know for 2021. So, I feel like the overall message for you guys here is to step out and find out, really is what it comes down to. That remember that you guys are strong, even though you've been through a lot with that tower moment, but you are strong, you are still here, you're still fighting. Don't be afraid to share your thoughts, share your truths. Step out into the world, take that leap of faith. And if you do that, there are going to be some pretty cool offers coming your way. And for some of you, this is definitely romantically inclined, and it's definitely going to be in terms of romance. So, like I said, take it as it resonates. But yeah, that's basically what I see going on for you guys. So just remember, you are strong. You've got this. Be courageous. Be yourself. Step out. Find out. And God will take care of the rest from there. So anyways, if this message resonated and made sense for you, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just a simple small emoji. Otherwise, if you guys could also please give this video a big thumbs up, that definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you guys know when I'm going live and you can jump in on some of the lives and ask some questions. I would love to have you out for those as well. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by here and hang out with me for a little while today. It warms my heart and it definitely means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Happy New Year once again. And keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this cute little Christmas rocking horse, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your New Year's message is and what you need to know for 2021 to make it the best year yet. And I also have my dog Shadow, who is laying over here and showing his butt, so don't mind him. But he just wanted to be over here on this side, so not much I can really do about that. Anyway, we're going to start things off here for you guys with your good karma cards. And basically a good karma card is to help us pretty much negate some of the negative and bad karma that we carry around. So hopefully that'll help correct a little bit of that basically. And pretty much a good karma card is like a good deed or a random act of kindness that hopefully we can share with another human being. So you guys got buy a small gift for someone just because. Well, that's always a fun little thing to do. And, I know Christmas just passed and, the season of gift giving is technically over, but there's no reason that you can't just do it just because, like it says on the card. It doesn't have to be just because it's Christmas time or something. So yeah, especially if it would mean something a lot to somebody, like there's something in particular that they've been wanting or needing, it could make a really big difference for somebody. So yeah, and that's always like a beautiful thing. And then you can see kind of how their face just lights up with excitement and they feel so good and so happy about that. And, next thing we know, we're the ones who feel so good and so happy that we were able to bring that kind of joy to their face, basically. So this one's always a fun one to do. So think of somebody that you might be able to do that for. It could be a friend, a family member, a coworker, whatever. So from the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, you guys have the Ten of Cups, Justice, the Nine of Swords, the Moon, and the Five of Swords. Okay, all right, you guys. So with the Five of Swords can be all about, like, basically conflict. It can be bickering, arguing, misunderstandings, quarreling, that kind of thing. But that's pretty much what the Five of Swords is all about. It's, just about like disagreements and that kind of thing. So maybe heading into the new year right now, maybe this is where you're at. Maybe you've had some conflict and some tension between you and others. A lot of people have been around family and stuff during this time of the year, for the holidays and everything. So maybe you're like getting to the point where you're just like, yeah, I need some space for my family or something. There's been a lot of tension. It doesn't even have to be because of the holiday season. Maybe because you're stuck in lockdown with certain people, and you guys have to quarantine and stuff. You can't really get away from each other. So maybe tensions have been high and you guys have kind of been getting on each other's nerves about piddly diddly kind of shit, like things that aren't like a huge big deal, but it turns into a huge big deal even though it's not. So there could be just some conflict and tension that's going on right about now. And I feel like that conflict and tension has been putting you guys into a place of anxiety, basically, because that's what the Nine of Swords is about. The Nine of Swords is about sleepless nights, feeling anxious, having anxiety, being stressed out, that kind of thing. Obviously, looking at the unicorn here on this card, they don't exactly look very happy. They're laying down and they looked pretty stressed out, kind of like they're almost crying themselves to sleep. So that could kind of be where you guys have been at lately. And if you are, I feel like much of that anxiety and not getting proper rest, not getting proper sleep has come out of this tension and this conflict that's been going on around you, whether it's at home or at work or involving a particular person, whatever the case may be. Now, with the moon could be a couple of different things. So the moon could be basically things that are hidden. It could be about secrets. It could be about information or things that need to be exposed. But another thing the moon can also represent is our intuition. And, really just kind of tapping into our intuition, going within, really listening to your gut feelings, really listening to what it is that you just know deep down inside. And I feel like it's more so about that. It's more so about your intuition and your gut feelings in this situation, more so than it is about like hidden secrets or anything. But I feel like the big thing that you guys need to do is trust your gut. I feel like you guys don't trust it enough, basically. I feel like you guys know a lot more than you give you guys credit for. And I feel like the reason why you don't trust yourselves comes out of these tensions and these conflicts that you've had with other people in the past, or that you could be going through with them in the future. And instead of just like trusting your gut and trusting your intuition on the situation, you guys instead get into your head too much, because swords are also about thoughts. And, when you're up in your head, when you're up in your thoughts and you're overthinking, basically, anytime you're overthinking, you are shutting down having access to your gut, basically. You're shutting down having access to your intuition and really tapping into that knowing, because you're just too far up there in your head. So I feel like you guys really need to trust your gut more, because if you do, You're not going to find yourself in sleepless nights. You're not going to find yourself full of anxiety. So I feel like the big thing that you guys really need to do in 2021 to have the best 2021 is basically trust your gut. Even if it sounds crazy, even if it doesn't make any sense, even if other people don't agree with you, their opinions don't matter, because at the end of the day, it's your intuition, it's your life, it's your gut. So you got to follow what's right for you with that. So I really feel like you guys need to do that right now and throughout the year. And if you do, I feel like justice is going to be served. Whatever it is that has been wrong, whatever it is that hasn't been right, will be made right. That justice will be served. That the scales are going to balance out, basically. So if you guys trust your gut and not cave into overthinking and overanalyzing, you guys are going to see a lot of wrongs be made right. And I feel like, oh, sorry, I just heard a weird noise. I think my mom is opening up a wine bottle. I was like, what is that noise? It sounded really weird. I'm like, oh, I think she's opening a wine bottle. Anyway, that's besides the point. I got a little confused there for a minute. But anyways, if you guys, it's really, really loud. I don't know, you guys probably can't even hear it, but I can hear it. Anyway, I feel like if you guys trust your gut, justice will be served. And part of the thing that is going to be served in the form of justice is your 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is ultimate fulfillment emotionally, because cups, of course, represent our emotions. So I feel like you're going to be emotionally fulfilled. So wherever it was that there was conflict and tension, if this was in like a particular relationship, oh, now I want to yawn out of nowhere. But if it was in a particular relationship, if it was with a family member, a friend, whatever the case may be, that emotional connection is going to be restored with that person. And there's just going to be emotional fulfillment overall. So, like, if this is a love situation, for example, you guys are going to have ultimate fulfillment with this person. You guys are going to have ultimate fulfillment and true love in this relationship, in this connection. And I feel like you guys can have that in all of your relationships in your life, whether it's a romantic interest, a family member, a friend, whatever the case may be. But I feel like ultimate fulfillment emotionally, in terms of love, in terms of your relationships and your connections with others, you guys will definitely have that. There's going to be just like happiness and joy and peace and harmony, basically. That justice is going to be there, but it's only going to happen if you guys are trusting your gut. That's the key here. Do not cave in to the overthinking. Do not cave in to overanalyzing and the thoughts. Put it to rest. And I get it, you guys, because I do it too. I overthink like crazy, Like, for example, I'm a Libra, so, for me, I can see the pros and cons of pretty much every situation, and that's why it takes me forever and a day to make up my mind on something, Like, basically, don't ask me where do I want to go to eat, because I'm not going to know the answer. I can't tell you, because there are so many good places to eat. I don't know. But I'm just saying, it's very typical for me to get up into my head, and I know that's not good for me, and I know it derails me from really being able to tune in and listen to my own gut instincts, and it causes me to mistrust myself when I shouldn't do that. So, if I shouldn't do that, you guys shouldn't do that either. So if you're definitely an overthinker and an overanalyzer, 2021 is the year to leave that behind and really start trusting your gut here. Big thing for you guys. All right, let's see what your Moonology cards have to say. We have, you're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous Moon. So whatever goal you have set in mind for yourself in 2021, this could be in a relationship, it could be in your career. It could be, like fitness or health, for example. I know a lot of people, decide they want to, lose weight in the new year and stuff like that. So whatever your goal may be, I feel like it's definitely within reach. I think it's definitely something you guys can achieve, and it's definitely something you guys can have happen for you. I feel like the best way it's going to happen, obviously, if you leave the anxiety and overthinking behind, if you trust your gut, I feel like you'll definitely be able to achieve it. So, as with everything else, that's a huge part that plays into it. But, your goals are definitely achievable. They're definitely on the horizon and within reach for you. We also have confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. So instead of feeling like so much anxiety and second guessing yourself and getting up in your head, overthinking, instead it's time to have confidence. And it's not very easy to have confidence if you're constantly doubting and second guessing, and all that doubting and second guessing comes from the overthinking. So, but if you're really operating out of your intuition, if you're really operating out of your gut feelings, you're going to have this unreasonable confidence inside of you that no one else is going to understand. Like I said, people may think you're absolutely crazy. They may think you're nuts. They may disagree with you, but it won't matter because you're going to feel so convicted within yourself. Like you're just going to know. You're going to know that you know that you know that you know. And you probably will have no way to explain it, but that's the kind of confidence that you guys need. Like that unreasonable amount of confidence in order to succeed. And, your success and that level of confidence is going to bring you closer to achieving whatever it is that is on the table that you guys are trying to do. We also have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. So yay, that's a huge thing right there. Especially considering 2020, I think we can safely say, was a crazy tough cycle for all of us, right? So to hear the fact that a tough cycle is done, it's wrapping up, it's finishing up, it's on its way out, and better days are ahead, good times are coming in, I think we can definitely all safely say we accept that, we embrace that, and we're thankful for that. So this is always good news to hear. I feel like this card could even almost apply basically for every pile, because I feel like everybody needs to hear this, but it must be something that you guys for pile number 3 especially need to hear and especially need to know. Finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away, you guys got Pray Always, Luke 21:36. So a very simple card, a very simple statement, just 2 words for this Bible verse, but so incredibly powerful because prayer is basically our lifeline, you guys. It is our lifeline to God. It is our lifeline to the divine source spirit. It is pretty much like the best communication we can possibly ever have. And a long time ago, I remember hearing this phrase, and it basically was, when you're going through a hard time, don't run to the throne, don't run to the phone, run to the I can't talk now. I saw a snowplow go down the street and I get completely thrown off apparently. But don't run to the phone, run to the throne, which is so true. And that's not to say you can't call your friends and you can't tell people what's going on with you and everything. You totally can. But I feel like the priority here needs to be making that relationship with God number one, putting in that prayer time with Him, meditating, connecting with Him, however that may be, because it looks a little bit different for all of us. I feel like that's super important. So whether it's prayer or through music or through meditation, could be a walk outside in nature, take it however it works for you, but we definitely all need that time of connecting pretty much with our higher power up above. So, that's super important. And that's definitely going to help you guys in, achieving your goals, achieving your dreams, getting that confidence, breaking out of these thoughts of anxiety and stress, and it's going to help you also tap into that intuition better. So once again, for you guys, I feel like the big message here for 2021, in order for you guys to live your best life in 2021 and have an amazing year, is to drop the anxiety, drop the overthinking and the overanalyzing, and really, really trust your gut, you guys. I don't know how much I can possibly emphasize that, but it's really important. You really need to know it. Trust your gut. That is huge. So anyways, if this message resonated and made sense, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's just a simple small emoji, it goes a long way. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That certainly helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Especially so you guys know when lives are happening, because that way then you can jump in on the lives and participate and ask questions and stuff. So that's always a good thing as well. So yeah, otherwise I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to hang out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Happy New Year once again. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose Ariel here from The Little Mermaid, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what it is you need to know to make your 2021 the best year yet. So your little New Year's reading, basically. And I have my dog Shadow over here. He's decided he wants to share his little butt with you guys, so he's here too. Anyway, we're going to start things off here with a good karma card for you guys. And basically what a good karma card is just that. It's kind of a way to help cancel out some negative and lousy bad karma that we sometimes have in our lives. And yeah, so it's usually like a random act of kindness or a good deed that we can share with a fellow human being. And this is a great way to kind of kick off the brand new year. So let's see what you guys got. We have get to know the new staff member in your office. So if you work in an office type of setting or something like that, and there's somebody new, kind of be the temporary step in honorary welcome committee, I guess you could say. Volunteer tribute, basically. And even if you don't work in an office, whatever it is, your place may be, your job may be, if there's a new person, just kind of be that welcoming person to be a friend to them. It's kind of like the new kid on the block. It's like the new kid at school who doesn't know anybody and wants to make new friends. So, just kind of be like that welcoming friend that's there for support. And even if you don't have like a typical job or an office or something like that maybe you work in, maybe, you're an entrepreneur, maybe you work solo on your own, you work from home or something like that. I would say whoever it is that's maybe a new person that you're interacting with, kind of be welcoming to them. It could be a new neighbor that moves into your neighborhood. It could be a new client if maybe you have, certain clients and that kind of thing. So take that as it resonates, but I feel like it's basically kind of towards a new face in your life in general, like someone who may need a new friend. Okay. From the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, you guys have the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Three of Cups, Death, and the Hermit. All right, you guys. So this one is not an easy pile for sure. I can tell you that right off the bat going into this. Okay. So it seems like kicking off 2020, you guys, I'm going to say it right off the bat here. I feel like this is definitely a love-related reading. So if you don't have this particular love situation going on, because I do feel like it's something very specific, if this is not your love situation or you don't have a love situation in general that you're asking about, go pick another pile. I'm telling you that right now because this is going to be very specific for somebody. But if you think this might be you, keep listening because there's a lot to say. So first, we have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups, right off the bat, to me, specifies a third party situation. This can sometimes be just like a time of celebration in general, but I have to take the other cards into consideration around it, which would pretty much tell me if this is third party or a time of celebration. And based upon the other cards surrounding it, I would definitely say this is a third party situation. So it seems like it's probably you, a particular love interest, and somebody else. Whether it's you balancing two people or it's them balancing you and somebody else. But there's definitely a balancing act going on here of some sort, and it's a third party situation for sure. So that's the first thing that I'm seeing that is being indicated here as you guys are walking into 2021. And as I said, somebody is doing some serious balancing here because that's what the Two of Pentacles is about. It's about balancing two different choices. It's about balancing two different options. So take it as it resonates. It could be you. You could be the person who's kind of going back and forth between two different people. You know, maybe you're seeing two different people and you care about both of them and you're kind of torn. You're all torn up in your heart and you don't know which one to choose. Or you could be seeing somebody and they could be seeing somebody else as well. So they're balancing you and somebody else, and this card could represent them balancing back and forth between the two. But either way, you know, that's one of the major reasons here why I automatically saw that Three of Cups as definitely being a third party situation because of that balancing act that kind of goes along with it. And, you know, those kind of situations, they never end well. No matter how much you want to deny it, they never end well because we do have the Three of Swords here. So I feel like you guys may already be in this place or you may be headed for this place. But the Three of Swords is basically heartache, it's heartbreak, it's, you know, not good stuff. So I feel like this would be either the result of, if it's the other person who's balancing you and somebody else, I feel like it's the ultimate result of that time falling apart and either that person basically leaving you to go and be with that other person, or you deciding to step away from that person saying, hey, I deserve better than this. I deserve to be with someone where I'm number one and I'm not, you know, being handled in addition to somebody else. So either way, it's definitely a breakup. It's definitely a breaking point of something. So that could be one case. If you're the person who's balancing the two different people, you may have to make a decision. And that decision is going to wind up breaking somebody's heart, and it could even wind up breaking your own because you could wind up losing both of these people that you're seeing. They both may get fed up and they both may be like, you know what? I deserve better than you. Bye-bye. And you may wind up completely alone. So that's why, you know, doing those things, it's just never a good idea, no matter what. But I do feel like there's definitely going to be some heartache and heartbreak and some difficult lessons to be learned out of this situation. And I feel like regardless, you know, it's either the fact that people need to learn that they cannot have their cake and eat it too, or that they need better self-love, or something around those lines. But, you know, this kind of stuff is not good. So I feel like that's kind of how you guys are entering into 2021, which is just not good. But, you know, considering you guys are going to wind up going through this process of heartbreak, it basically means the death of the situation when you guys go through that heartbreak. And, you know, death can be hard, it can be difficult, it can be scary, it can be difficult watching something come to pass that you didn't want to have to pass, obviously. But the positive thing about death is transformation. Because every time there is a death, an ending of something, there is a new beginning, there is new life. So the good thing is, if you do wind up putting an end to this third party situation, however that may look, whoever may do the walking away, whoever may do the breaking point here, the good thing is it's going to be for your own good. It's going to be better because all of that nastiness from that situation can finally go away, and it can breathe in room and life and fertility and goodness for a fresh new start and a fresh new beginning. Number one, first and foremost, for yourself. And because of that, it can bring in new love and better love and healthier love and something where you're not having to balance and all this other shit, because this is not healthy. This kind of thing should not be going on, So I feel like you guys are going to be learning about a lot of that. And one of the ways you guys are going to be learning is by going within. That's what the hermit is about. The hermit is kind of about going within, and in some cases, it's kind of like becoming a recluse. So you may take advantage of what is still going on out there in the world right now with COVID, and you may just decide to stay at home and not go anywhere and quarantine, put yourself in lockdown and go within pretty much. But I feel like that's going to be good for you guys. It's going to help change your perspective. It's going to give you guys a new hope is what it's going to do. Because even though when you're in hermit mode and you're going within and you're not really like stepping out in the world and doing a lot of things, you are spending a lot of time connecting with God. You're spending a lot of time in prayer. And it's kind of like this new spark gets reignited inside of you. And the reason I say that is because even if you look at this card, if you look at the Hermit card, this unicorn, it looks like it's kind of like in a dark, kind of cold night, kind of like winter like it is right now. It's wearing a coat and everything, but it has a lantern to guide it. There's a beautiful shining light inside of that lantern, and I feel like you guys are going to find that light within. You guys are going to find that spark of hope, that spark of joy. It's in there, and you guys are going to find that, and you're going to find that when you go within and you spend that time in prayer and you spend that time with God. So I feel like, kind of like, the big thing that you guys probably need to learn in 2021 in order to make it the best of the best is you need to, number one, break out of this third party crap, because you guys deserve better than that. It's time to walk away from it. So if someone is handling you and somebody else, it's time to say enough is enough. If the other person wants to lower themselves enough to deal with that, let that other person deal with it. You go on and go elsewhere to somebody else or to somewhere else where it's better for you and healthier. And if you're the person who's balancing, I feel like you're going to have a really hard lesson in learning that it's not fair to treat people's emotions like that. And it's not fair to yourself either. So, it doesn't matter what side of the coin you're on when it comes to these third party situations. It's not good any way, shape, or form. So I feel like you guys are going to have a really big learning experience when it comes to that. But it's going to be for the best for you. And you guys are going to go within and find a brand new spark and find brand new joy. And I feel like the big message here for you guys is to allow that death process, allow that transformation to happen. Don't fight this. Don't fight the death. Don't fight the time of going within, because you guys are really, really going to need that. It's going to help you heal from everything that's going on up here. And if you don't take the time to heal what's going on up here, you guys are probably going to find yourself in another situation like that again, whether it's in 2021 or at a different point in time. And I don't want to see you guys have to go through that again. So it's better to allow the death happen, allow the transformation happen, take that time to go within, and you will find so much more peace and joy on the other side of that. Okay, we also have some cards from Moonology for you guys, and you guys got Take Time to Breathe Out, Disseminating Moon, which totally makes sense here with the Hermit card. when you're in hermit mode, that's definitely the perfect time to take the time to breathe out, to just kind of relax, find some solitude. I myself, like New Year's, what was it, New Year's Eve? Yeah, it was New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, it's like 20 degrees here at night or whatever, and it was like 1 a.m., and I took my dog literally for an hour-long walk outside at 1 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Eve. And it was just because I just wanted the peace and the solitude. It's very quiet over here by my mom's. It's nothing like LA, where I would be worried about being out taking a walk by myself at 1 o'clock in the morning, but it's nothing like that here. It's very quiet, it's very peaceful, and I just kind of needed that. I just needed some time to be outside and enjoy that peace and the solitude and the snow and the ice and the cold, and it was weirdly helpful for me and weirdly therapeutic. So you guys may need to do something similar like that yourself. You guys also have nothing will come of this situation. Void course moon. And I feel like that situation being basically, you guys, is this unhealthy third party situation. Like nothing good is going to come of it. Nothing positive, nothing helpful, nothing fruitful. So, it's time to quit while you're ahead. So yeah, it's not good. It's not a good thing. So, yeah, abort mission basically. And we have believe in the impossible blue moon. So with this card coming out, I feel like it's basically telling you guys it may feel like the end of the world at first when this happens, and that's totally okay, and that's totally legit for you guys to feel that way and understandable, but that doesn't mean that your life is over. That doesn't mean that new hope and new joy isn't in store for you. Like I said, there is new hope in store with that little lantern that's light up here. But there is a new and better hope and joy in store in the future for you. And, especially considering we are talking about a love situation here, I'm pretty sure that, goes right along in reference in love pretty much. So just trust that. The impossible happens every single day. Miracles happen every single day. Finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got, thou shalt love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. Mark 12:30. So I feel like one of the good ways it's going to help you guys kind of move on from this unhealthy third party dynamic is to put your eyes on the prize, which is God, pretty much. Because there is a greater love that goes beyond all this mess that's happened here, and that is your relationship with God. So let Him heal your heart, let Him fix what's broken, put it back together, and send you back out there in the world, basically, to find something new and better and stronger for you. But it starts with the love that happens right here, first and foremost. So yeah, hopefully that resonated and made sense for you guys. If it did, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just a simple small emoji. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And so you guys know when I'm going live, because, that's a great way to find out when I am. So you can just hop on in and join me on some lives and ask questions and all that fun stuff. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by and hang out here with me today. It definitely means the world to me. So yeah. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Happy New Year once again. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 5. If you chose the white reindeer, then this is going to be the reading for you. to find out what your New Year's message is. Basically, to find out what it is that you need to know for 2021 to be the best year yet for yourself. Okay, we're going to start off here with a good karma card. And basically, a good karma card is to kind of help cancel out some of the negative and bad karma that we carry around into this world. But it's pretty much a random act of kindness or a good deed that we would do for our fellow human being. So that's what this would be. Let's see what your good deed is that you might need to do in 2021. Give away something valuable to you. Ooh, that's definitely a challenging one because it's one thing to give something away that you don't really use anymore, that you don't really care about, like a hand-me-down kind of thing. But it's another thing to give something away that has some kind of value to you, that's important to you, something that you still may use on a regular basis. It could be like a favorite jacket or a favorite pair of shoes or something like that, and it may just kind of really tear you up inside, like, oh, I don't know if I really want to part with this, but sometimes you just need to. Like, I remember a long time ago I heard this story. I think it was a pair of earrings where someone bought a pair of earrings and they felt like God had put it on their heart to give these earrings to somebody else, and they never gave the earrings to that other person and instead wanted to keep it for themselves. And then they could never really wear the earrings themselves because it would wind up irritating their ears too much. So those earrings were never meant to be theirs anyways. But yeah, so this one's a hard one to do. I totally get that. This one can definitely be a challenge, but I feel like the reward out of it is just so much better, because if it means something to you, then that means there's going to be something that much better than that thing that you gave away coming back at you. So, yeah, that's a challenging one for sure. But I feel like the reward out of it is definitely worth it. Okay, so from the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, you guys got the Nine of Pentacles, the World, the Two of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Empress. Okay, you guys, so here's what I see going on for you guys. Number one, with the Five of Wands, the Five of Wands to me definitely kind of indicates some conflict and some tension, fighting basically. And even if you look at this card, it kind of looks like a battle scene pretty much amongst the unicorns. They've got their wands, they're kind of like looking excited and kind of getting all up in each other's business, and it's a fight basically. So I feel like going into 2021, this may be where you guys are at. You may be dealing with some conflict and tension with people around you. Take it as it resonates, whether it's at work or at home or wherever. But I feel like you're definitely dealing with some tension and some arguments and some disagreements and that kind of thing. So that could be kind of where you've been or where you're currently at right now in this moment. But I see a lot of good things happening here for you outside of that. I feel like you guys have been working really hard with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is literally just one pentacle away from the 10, which is ultimate fulfillment in terms of like material possessions. So I feel like you guys are just in this very confident, very stable kind of place with yourself. It's like this single, sexy, confident kind of place. Stable and reliable. So I feel like that's kind of where you guys are at right now. So I don't feel like you're in a position where you're going to allow whatever kind of chaos this is, this could even just be people being nosy or busybodies or talking drama and that kind of thing. But I feel like you're not really letting this kind of stuff sway you because you're very rooted, you're very grounded with this pentacle energy. So I don't feel like you guys are really letting it knock you down, which is a good thing. And I also feel like you guys are in this Empress energy, which is another very strong type of energy. The Empress is pretty much the embodiment of all the queens. So, she's the mother, she's the lover, she's a provider, she's the nurturer. She does it all, she's a one-woman show, she's basically like, the ideal life partner, wife, lover. She's also, a wonderful, tender, nurturing mother. She takes care of the children. She takes care of the household. She's also an entrepreneur. She runs a business. She's, got her money in tow. She's got it all going on. Somehow she's like the woman that balances it all, and probably the one that a lot of people envy because they're like, whoa, how do you have all that stuff going on? How do you do it, kind of a thing. So I feel like you guys are definitely in that place. You guys are definitely heading into 2021 in that mindset. Even if you don't have it all together just yet, I feel like on a mental level, on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, this is where you guys are at. And I feel like that's a good thing. And I feel like you guys basically are kind of already on the right track. Like anything that I tell you guys right now, I feel like it's going to be no surprise to you, and I feel like it's something that you pretty much already know. But I feel like you guys probably know that this is the beginning of a new cycle because that's what the world is about. The world is pretty much about the different cycles of life that we go through, seasons of blessing, seasons of testing, the peaks and the valleys, the ups and the downs, that kind of thing. I also think of it, if I were to think of like the world card as a song, I would think of the Lion King, I would think of the circle of life. So that's kind of what it reminds me of because, it is quite literally a circle, and we do actually have a little lion down here, but aside from that, it's like the circle of life is like those cycles that we go in and we go out of throughout our lifetimes. And I feel like you guys are very aware that yes, 2020 was a pretty miserable year for a lot of people, but I think you guys are very intuitively aware that we're heading into a new cycle in 2021. We're also in the age of Aquarius now. So yeah, of course we're headed into a new cycle now. So I feel like you guys know that. You guys are ready for that. You guys are excited for that. And it's going to be a new and better cycle for you guys as well. Because once again, we have this Nine of Pentacles, single, sexy, confident energy in conjunction with the Empress here, who basically embodies like all this amazing shit. Like you guys have it going on pretty much. So I feel like you guys are in a really good position here. The only negative thing you kind of have is some squabbling, I feel like, around you. But I feel like this is more so just stuff that's happening on the outside. It may not even necessarily be happening in your life personally. This could even just be the way of the world right now, because even if everything going on in your personal life is perfectly peaceful and perfectly good, I'm sure if you look outside of that, you just turn on the news, you get on Twitter, you look wherever in the world, you're going to see this. You're going to see fighting and rioting and all kinds of problems and chaos in the world. So this may not even necessarily be in reference to something happening specifically around you in your life. It could, but if it doesn't fit and if it doesn't make sense, then this is probably just in reference to the way the world is right now. But I think regardless, whether it's something that's happening to you on a more intimate and personal scale, or if it's something that's happening to you in more of like a collective external level, I don't feel like this is something that you're really allowing to affect you, and you're really not allowing it to get you down, which is a great thing. That's a good thing. Like you guys kind of just need to keep doing what you're doing in order to make your 2021 awesome. You just need to keep up that momentum basically. You guys also have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is definitely about partnership. I believe it was the Lovers, I think, that popped out in, I want to say maybe pile one. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure the Lovers popped up somewhere for some other pile before you guys. I feel like it was one of the earlier ones, though, like pile one or something. And the Two of Cups is very similar. It's definitely kind of a partnership kind of vibe. So, take it as it resonates. It could be partnership in terms of love and romance. It could be partnership in terms of a career, like a joint venture or something like that. It could be, partnership and just uniting forces in all kinds of ways. Two friends coming together, two family members coming together to work on something. But either way, it's definitely like a partnership of some sort. And I feel like you're definitely having a partnership come together in union in 2021. I feel like for most of you, it very well could be in love, because I know a lot of you guys come here for the lovey-dovey kind of stuff. And I feel like you guys could be headed here for this, but you guys got to stay in that high vibe. That's kind of the key. And I feel like you guys are already doing like all the right things. You've been doing your homework. You've been spending time in prayer. You've been spending time going within. You've been spending time meditating. You've been spending time listening to your own gut intuition and not getting into drama and all this other kind of stuff. So I feel like you guys are on the right track. You guys are keeping it high vibe. You guys are not being pulled down by earthly bullcrap, basically. And as long as you keep doing that, then this beautiful union here, whatever it is to you, can definitely happen in 2021. Let's see what your Moonology cards have to say. All right. We have you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So if you've been, concerned, if you've been worried about friends, family members, loved ones at all in recent time, which is totally understandable once again, given the condition of the world right now, could be everything that's happened out of 2020. It could be related to COVID. Maybe you're worried about somebody being vulnerable and getting sick. Maybe you have an essential worker in your family, or that's a close friend of yours or something like that. Maybe it's more so on like the political scale of things or something like that, because I know a lot of stuff around that area has been heated lately. Maybe you're worried about someone like going out there with like the protests or that kind of thing. So whatever it may be, whoever it is that you may be worried or concerned about, and whatever the reason is, know that they are safe and taken care of. Know that everything is going to be okay, that God has them basically in the palm of his hand, and he is not going to let any harm come against them, that your prayers of protection are definitely paying off. So, just trust and have faith, and know that they are okay. And I feel like that's just kind of like that loving and nurturing side of the Empress coming out of you guys when you're concerned about that. We also have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So as I was saying earlier, you guys, I do feel like this Two of Cups is definitely like a romantic connection, a love related type of situation. So I feel like this card kind of just confirms that. But aside from it confirming anything romantically, I feel like the bigger key to this card is bringing love into any situation, like anywhere there may be conflict, for example. It may be good to just bring unconditional love and understanding into those situations, because what's stronger than hate? What's stronger than violence? What's stronger than all of those negative things? Love. Like love confounds hate, and love is just stronger and bigger than that. Unconditional love. So, try and bring a little bit of that heartwarming love into the situation. And you guys also have, what do you need to release? Waning moon. So if there's anything that is holding you back in terms of like negativity or fears or doubts or insecurities or anything like that, leave that all behind in 2020. Don't carry it into 2021. I feel like you guys are already doing a pretty good job of not doing that, because I feel like you guys have already come a long way with these other positive cards that you've gotten here. But there's always an opportunity for negativity to try and make its little home for itself within us, and we don't want that to happen, obviously. So just because you've grown a lot and just because you've come a long way doesn't mean you can just kind of like let your guard down and do whatever. That's not how it works. So don't let your guard down. Continue releasing things that may hold you back. Continue releasing negativity, worrying, overthinking, doubting, fears, insecurities, all that kind of stuff. Continue releasing those things. You're going to know what these things are anyways. Whatever these negative things are, you're going to know what it is to release. So just continue doing that in 2021 and you guys should be A-okay. Finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got, oh, sorry, I'm about to yawn out of nowhere again. But you guys got, your faith hath saved you. Go in peace. Luke 7:50. So stay in peace, you guys. And I feel like you guys definitely have this nailed. You guys definitely have this down. You guys already have a good understanding how important it is to keep peace in your mind and keep peace in your heart. Otherwise, like I said, you guys wouldn't be in this place of entering a fresh new cycle. You guys wouldn't be in this single, sexy, confident energy. You guys wouldn't be the empress who pretty much has it all going on, you know? So I feel like you guys definitely already understand that. Just kind of keep it up. Like keep up the good work. And I feel like that's ultimately the big message for you guys is you guys have already done a lot of spiritual growth. You guys have already done a lot of spiritual work. Of course, none of us are ever complete and none of us are ever completely finished until it's basically our time. But you guys have definitely come along a long way as it is already. You guys are definitely on the spiritually mature side of things. I wouldn't call you spiritually immature, that's for sure. So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep toeing the line, keep having the faith, and I'm pretty sure you guys are probably an inspiration to those around you as well, because I feel like other people are definitely watching this. Other people are watching this and they're inspired by it, and you're helping uplift and raise others up higher along with you. So keep up the good work in 2021 and you guys are going to be okay. Anyway, I hope that this message made sense and resonated. If it did, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's just a simple small emoji, it goes a long way. Please also give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and so you guys know when I'm going live, because that's a great way to know when lives are going to be happening and when you guys can stop on by and I can answer questions for you pretty much. So yeah, definitely with that too. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys chose to stop on by, hang out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely means the world to me and it warms my heart. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Happy New Year once again. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.